to have been asked to deliver today's keynote to mark the 10th anniversary of the Goodluck Jonathan Foundation under the theme, Legacy of Impact, Celebrating Our Journey. But today also happens to be an auspicious birthday for President Jonathan. This is not merely a mark of a passage of time, but we are here also to honor a decade of collective purpose, shared struggles, and a significant triumph in the pursuit of a more peaceful, democratic, and prosperous Africa. Established in 2015, the Goodluck Ebele Jonathan Foundation was born from a profound belief, a simple but powerful mission to strengthen democratic governance, promote peaceful political transitions, and champion accountability across Africa. A vision of one man endowed with remarkable foresight and wisdom has become a platform that transformed and transcends individual legacy and has committed itself to the foundational ideals of justice, peace, and accountable governance, one that brings together leaders, policymakers, civil society actors, and citizens dedicated to safeguarding Africa's democratic future. From high-level democracy dialogues that have challenged entrenched narratives to quiet mediation missions in intense political climates, the Goodluck Ebele Jonathan Foundation has worked tirelessly, without noise, to strengthen the very fabric of our societies. With more than 14 high-level missions across the continent, coupled with groundbreaking policy research that has influenced critical national decisions, the Foundation, together with its strong and thriving partnerships ecosystem that spans the continent, has served as a bridge between conflicting parties, fostering dialogue where there was discord. One of the most notable legacies of the Foundation, and indeed an achievement we celebrate with particular pride today, is the establishment of and the operationalization of the West Africa Elders Forum in a region engulfed in almost synonymous with political instability. The West Africa Elders Forum emerged as a homegrown, non-partisan platform of the most respected and experienced West African elders committed to preventing conflict and upholding democratic norms. And for me personally, it has been a privilege to have been invited to serve on the West Africa Elders Forum. It is heartwarming to note that in the space of 4 years, between 2021 and 2025, the quiet diplomacy and trusted counsel of the West Africa Elders Forum have contributed to shaping at least 7 peaceful electoral processes in West Africa. In the Gambia, Sierra Leone, Nigeria, Liberia, Senegal, the Gambia, and Cote d'Ivoire. Hopefully, Guinea-Bissau will become the latest success story in the weeks ahead as we leave to go there only tomorrow to witness Sunday, November 23rd elections. The West Africa Elders Forum stands as a powerful testament to the fact that the solutions to Africa's most complex challenges often lie within. It is a flagship initiative that embodies the Foundation's commitment to African-led solutions for African problems. As we honor the past, our gaze must fixedly turn to the future. The next decade demands of us not to rest, but to recommit. The landscape of our continent is evolving, and with new generations demanding a seat at the table and new threats testing the resilience of our democracies. 50 years ago, our continent faced a world defined by geostrategic rivalry in the Cold War. Africa's economic marginalization, apartheid, racism, and conflict. Today, we navigate new challenges: economic uncertainty, unilateralism, and retreat from multilateralism, widening global and national inequalities, geopolitical tension, and disruptions of global value chains, terrorism, violent extremism, climate change, etc. Demographically, the youngest continent on earth, young people are not just asking for a seat at the table anymore, they are demanding it. The recent wave of Gen Z protests across Africa, beginning with the Arab Spring in North America, and SARS here in Nigeria, Fix the Nation in my own Ghana, to various uprisings in Senegal, Togo, Liberia, Kenya, Angola, South Africa, Madagascar, Morocco, and very recently Tanzania, tell a story. It tells a story of not only the failure of successive governments to deliver jobs or stop state capture, but the sheer insensitivity displayed of opulence by government officials and the apparatchik in the face of endemic poverty among the less privileged. Let's face it, these protests, while sometimes excessive, tend to get the attention and cause reactions and changes and reconstruction that could have been given on a silver platter. We cannot silence the guns in Africa until we satisfy the youth. As we look forward to the next 10 years and beyond, first, we must deepen democratic institutions beyond elections to focus on systemic pillars of an independent judiciary, a vibrant legislature, functioning election management bodies, a free press, and robust anti-corruption frameworks. Second, we must accelerate youth and women's empowerment. We cannot build a stable future without the energy, innovation, and leadership of our youth and women. We must begin to think about establishing and institutionalizing intergenerational leadership development programs to create platforms that ensure their meaningful participation in government and economic life. Third, peace is not an event, but a continuous process requiring vigilance, collaboration, and courage. Therefore, peace building should be institutionalized in our political architecture through the preventive diplomacy model of the West Africa Elders Forum. I would be remiss in my remarks if I did not pay special tribute to the one who has made it possible for all of this to happen, because the Goodluck Ebele Jonathan Foundation is the brainchild of none other than former President, His Excellency, Dr. Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, GCFR. He visioned it, and with the support of a dedicated and capable team, he has made it a reality. Having come to work closely and to know him, I believe three principled convictions of his have guided the path of the Goodluck Ebele Jonathan Foundation. One, is an African leader who genuinely believes that elections are essentially an opportunity for the people to choose their leaders, and that out of every election, there will be a winner and a loser. The winner should be magnanimous and the loser gracious. As corollary, he also believes that there is life after the presidency. In this regard, he has practiced what he believes. Hence, he earned respect for his famous statement that his political ambition is not worth a single drop of blood of any Nigerian. Also, he has proven his relevance even out of office through his foundation, which we are celebrating today, which has provided a platform for this much-sought intervention across the continent. Two, he genuinely believes that coups d'etat are an aberration. This, I'm sure, comes from his background as an academic. We all know he honed his political skills from his university days, when Nigerian students and lecturers were in the forefront of the fight against military dictatorship and for return to democracy. He remains convinced that authoritarian military governments of the past dragged the African continent backwards developmentally and stunted its democratic growth. This explains his work to ensure democratic consolidation through peaceful and credible elections as the pillars for anchoring the prosperity of Africa. Three, and finally, President Goodluck Ebele Jonathan believes in proper management of transitions through effective mediation to ensure their success. This explains the several occasions on which he has been charged by ECOWAS and the African Union to be the mediator in a number of difficult transitions, including more recently, the Gambia and in Mali. His calm, patient, and listening disposition, combined with his scientific, fact-based analytical approach, make him well suited to be an effective mediator. We can expect him and the foundation to be involved in many more of the transitions on our continent, which are becoming ever so complex and drawn out. As we look forward, the legacy of this first decade of the foundation, a legacy of impact, must be the basis on which to build more resilient, committed, and determined efforts to advance its noble objectives. This will be in sync with the aspirations of the Africa Union Silencing the Guns initiative, with the aspirations which remain a defining continental commitment under Agenda 2063, an Africa free of war and violent conflict, an Africa that has commanding heights over its abundant human and natural resources and harnesses them for the development and prosperity of all its peoples without leaving anyone behind. The Africa we want. Happy birthday, Mr. President. Happy 10th anniversary, the Goodluck Jonathan Foundation. And I thank you for your kind attention.